Okay, you guys, we are back with another video. In this video, we're gonna talk about I called it once again. So in case people thought that I was hating on Barnaby, the world now has eyes to see that the woman is exactly as I told you she is. Because what are the chances that Barnaby, right? She went, well, there was a um recording that was leaked, right? And she had some kind of beef with Ice Spice, and she said that, she's gonna beat Ice Spice ass, and she's no kitty cat like Latto. After Latto upped in the booth under short notice to do a verse for Cardi B on Cardi B's song. And Lotto thought they were friends, and she called Lotto a kitty cat. She basically called Lotto a scaredy ass kitty cat. And did Lotto do anything to offend Cardi B? Absolutely not. But after the recording was leaked, she was saying to Lotto that she's sorry, she genuinely mean it, and she's not too big to say she's sorry. And she offered to buy Lotto a bag. Lotto clapped back and said, she's good. She doesn't need a bag. Her man can buy her many bags, right? And then after that, Lotto released her album. Lotto was on the Breakfast Club. Lotto was asked about it. And Lotto said that, yeah, she's open to having a sit down with Cardi B. She hasn't gone beyond that, which means that Lotto is saying at the time when she replied to Cardi B, she felt as though the reply was necessary because she was nothing but good and kind to Cardi B. So to hear Cardi B speaking about her in such capacity, she was taken a bit back, right? Because she did something for Cardi B from a genuine place under very short notice. And she said she's good with Cardi B, no animosity. She would definitely have a discussion with Cardi B, but not at this time because she's a new mom busy with her newborn. That is simple, very much understandable, right? So after that, we thought that, okay, at some point in time, we would see Cardi B and Lotto maybe having a sit down, no animosity. Lotto was very cordial. Lotto did not say a negative thing towards Cardi. She did not even give a negative facial expression or anything. She was kind. She was sweet, very thoughtful in her delivery, right? So you believe that, okay, we're moving on. And once Lotto settles down in motherhood, we're going to see Lotto and Cardi B again. Oh no, honey. Oh no. Cardi B is out here throwing shades, letting Lotto know that, listen girl, if you don't do things on my terms, I'm going to shade your ass and I'm going to do it on the stage so the world can see that I don't need you because how dare you not accept my bag? And this is what I said to you all. When Cardi B does not have a toxic man in her life, she's going to thrive on toxicity one way or the other because what Cardi did at the BET Awards, she used Bia's name in that song. She sung that song and she could have removed Bia's name, to prevent Bia from getting bullied, but she went ahead and she consciously used Bia's name on an international platform where it would be internationally broadcasted to people. And then after the BT Awards, no one was paying it any mind. Then she had to come the following day on live and say, please do not bring Bia any hate, as though Bia's self-esteem was low. And I did a video and I was like, girl, Bia's self-esteem it is not low. You did not need to say anything else because it was bad enough that you put in Bia's name. You did not get the traction that you wanted from that. No, you're telling people not to bully Bia as though anyone is bullying Bia. And Bia is not bothered by those things because Bia's self-esteem is not low, right? And I said, Cardi is going to keep doing these things. And if you don't know how to identify it, she's going to keep doing it and get away with it because she's very toxic. She thrives on toxicity. And when she doesn't have a toxic man in her life to help her promote that toxicity, she's gonna pull for some toxic mess in pop culture, right? Fast forward to today. Latto was performing at the Essence Festival, so too was Cardi B. Cardi B did a song, some while ago. The song is called Every Time, and guess what she did? The song had Latto's name in it, right? So, Latto said no animosity, but it's just that Latto decided that she was not going to accept the gift because maybe chances are Cardi B's taste in handbag is not Latto's taste in handbag. And Latto has always been my man, my man, my man. Just like Cardi B is my man, my man, my man, right? So, the song, every time Cardi B raps, she says, bad yellow bitch look like Latto in this mother effer. And she switched it up to bad yellow bitch look like Bidey in this mother effer. No. Is there something wrong with that? Yes, there is something wrong with that. I want to play the clip for you guys so you get a sense of what I'm saying. Or should I not play the clip? I'm not going to play the clip because I see what's going on social media, and I'm going to just be conscious and not play the clip, right? But you all have seen that portion of the Essence performance. Latto was on the Essence stage too. And she rang out that portion 3 different times while performing the song. She wanted to send a clear message that she's not dealing with Latto. So when it's good, she's going to remove your name if she doesn't get to have her way with you. And when it's bad, she's going to include your name because it keeps insulting you. You know what she's doing? I'm going to tell you what she's doing. This is the psychology of a hurt bitch. She's hurt. Hurt people hurt people. But none of these girls hurt Cardi B. It is Stefan Diggs who is ignoring her ass, that is hurting her ass. And she's an empty vessel. The money's not bringing her happiness. You would think that this woman who lives in a castle and you and I who lives in the tiny room with a low ceiling, can barely pay our AC bill this summer. Can barely pay our AC bill this summer. You would think that Cardi B is happier than you and I, right? No, she's not. She's actually a lot more sad. And this is why I believe that it is important for celebrities to touch base with their fans. Visit a fan home, stay with a fan for a few days or so. Once their home is clean, try to live with a fan at least 2 to 3 days or a week. Get back in touch with reality because these people, they're so rich, all they have is money. Not so rich, they're so poor, I should say. The great Bob Marley saying, they're so poor, all they have is money. And this is how you know and realize that while it's good to have money, it's even better to have spirituality. And this is why Chloe, even though she declawed the cat in Tristan Thompson, Chloe will always be my girl because she's going to touch roots. She's gonna walk barefoot and she's gonna touch base with reality. And she's gonna remind herself and remind us all that her plastic surgery is smoke screens and mirror, and her family didn't just get to where they are, even though Chloe is coming from old money, right? But I'm just saying that to say Cardi B hypes so much. And that's how you know, and that's how I was able to identify that Cardi B is truly an unhappy person. I think that Cardi B was a lot happier when she had less money, because the moment she became wealthy and the more she climbed the ladder of wealth, fame, and fortune, you can read the reel of bitterness, unhappiness, toxicness, emptiness. And I believe that she has came to the realization that she was tricked. She was tricked to believe that once you have money, once you become a celebrity, once you can afford everything, and once you have more money than God, you're gonna be happy, F these, be F that, and she's realizing it's not true. She is realizing it's not real. Because why is it that you're consistently picking on women? If you're not threatening to beat up women, you're calling them ugly ass monkeys. And when you want to sell something to black women, you say black Americans they have fought for everyone else. Every time she uses that line, watch out. She's coming with something to sell, specifically black women. Hair care line. Who is fussy about their hair always? Black woman. Be careful. She has a hair care launch coming up. I'm not telling you not to buy it because, as I've always said, she was one of those people so Cardi B is one of those celebrities that I had no doubt would have been able to provide a pretty decent, affordable hair care line, right? I had no doubt to believe her from the get-go. And when the internet was dragging her, telling her they did not want a hair care product from her, I was like, let her do her thing because she might actually come with something that actually works for the majority. But I know, and my common sense told me that with hair, not all products are gonna work for everyone, because with black people there's so many different textures and tones and all of that, and no one hair care line can satisfy that, right? So when everyone was coming at her at the idea of her creating a hair care line, I was like, let the woman be. Let her come with her thing. I believed in her, and I still believe in her. But the manipulative ways and the manipulative tactics, she knows how to give you all that hook. She knows how to release those hook to have you guys hooked. And that's how you know who is this woman's handler. And I'm not going to say who it is, but it's so pronounced at this point. If y'all can't see it, I'm not going to identify it for you guys, but Cardi B is someone to be very careful of. She is. She's someone to be very mindful of. And with me saying this, I'm not saying that her fans should not support her. I'm just saying just watch her words when she speaks, because you should consciously know what you're doing when it comes to these celebrities. A lot of them are filled with mind games and tricks, and they have a whole PR team behind them. There was no need for her to shade Latto, because Latto was on the same stage, the same festival. So you're telling me that you promoted for Bia to be dragged, and when it comes to someone who had no animosity towards you, you're shading them so that everyone talks about this person to talk about you, so you can go relevant and be trending, because if you're not toxic, you don't know how to stay relevant and to stay trending. And this is what I'm talking about that makes Cardi B's behavior so dangerous. But that's all I have to share in this video with you guys. Let me know what you all think. Peace